Hi friends, welcome to Galda IAS. Let's discuss some UPSC previous year questions and we'll help you to understand the pattern or the way in which UPSC generally frame questions, which will be helpful for you in the coming Prelims 2020. So moving on to question number 1 from history. Which of the following statements is or are correct regarding Brahmo Samaj? Statement number 1, it opposed idolatry. Statement 2, it denied the need for a priestly class for interpreting the religious text. Statement 3, it popularized the doctrine that the Vedas are infallible. So regarding Brahmo Samaj, we know it is founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. And its core objective was religious reform. That is, reform within Hinduism. In order to bring some reforms, the Brahmo Samaj opposed idolatry. Idolatry means the worshipping idols. So, Brahmo Samaj opposed idolatry and they discarded some meaningless rituals and rites, and also they denied the need of priestly class. They said that they do not require the need of a priestly class to interpret some religious text. Okay. And regarding, so we can say that statement 1 and 2 are right here. So 1 and 2 should be there in the answer. So answer should be either B or D. Regarding the theory that Vedas are infallible. Infallible in the sense the Vedas does not contain any error likewise. So actually they did not popularize the Vedas are infallible. So we can say that statement 3 should not be there in the answer. So by that we can eliminate option D. That is answer B. Option B, that is 1 and 2 should be our answer. That's all about Brahmo Samaj. Moving on to question number 2 from economy. With reference to Quality Council of India, that is QCI, consider the following statements. Statement 1, QCI was set up jointly by the Government of India and the Indian industry. Statement 2, Chairman of QCI is appointed by the Prime Minister on the recommendations of the industry to the government. So regarding QCI, that is Quality Council of India. The objective of QCI is to promote quality and to establish accreditation structure. That is the core objective of QCI. And it was established jointly by the Government of India and industries. Industries represented by Associated Chamber of Commerce and Associated Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India, that is ASSOCHAM, and Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII, and Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that is FICCI. These three industry representatives along with Government of India form Quality Council of India to promote the quality and to establish the accreditation structure in India. So statement 1 is right here. Regarding statement number 2, the chairman of the QCI is appointed by the Prime Minister on the recommendations of industry to the government. This statement is exactly right. So our answer is both 1 and 2, that is option C. So when moving on these type of courses like some institutions or organizations, we should note down the core objectives of those institutions. How they form, that is they are inserted to the constitution or not. That is, it is a constitutional body or a statutory body or other extra constitutional bodies, or they are formed as a public-private partnership. Likewise, its formation pattern should be noted down, and its chairman, who is the chairman and how he is appointed. Likewise, these things to be clearly noted down because UPSC will ask these type of statements only. So by knowing at least these core elements, we could easily arrive at the answer. So your answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Two statements are right here. Regarding the third question on Indian polity, consider the following statements. An amendment to the Constitution of India can be initiated by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, State Legislature, President. Which of the statements are correct regarding here? Okay. So regarding the amendment procedure, Article 368 of the Constitution empowers Parliament the amendment power. That is, amendment is the power of Parliament to make changes within the Constitution. Due to changing needs, our constitution or our law also requires changes. So we require the power or the procedure called amendment. Only the Parliament has the power to initiate the amendment procedure. That is both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. I repeat, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can initiate amendment procedure. Because in the parliamentary procedures, certain bills can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Say example, money bill. Money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. And when regarding Rajya Sabha, the resolution to transfer some subjects from the state list to concurrent list, likewise these things to be introduced only in Rajya Sabha. As a transfer of subjects. And regarding the introduction of new all India services, like these things, Rajya Sabha has the more power than Lok Sabha. But regarding the Constitutional Amendment Act, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have equal powers because the bill can be introduced in either of the house. Okay. And one more thing to be noted that the Constitutional Amendment Act can be introduced by even a private member. Private member in the sense a member who is not a minister. Minister is a government member, and the members of either of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha who is not a minister is called private member. It from the both ruling party and also from the opposition. So even the private member can introduce a Constitutional Amendment Act. And regarding the role of president, in some of the parliamentary procedures, some bills before introduction need a recommendation of the president to be introduced in the constitution. For example, money bill. Again, the money bill here. Money bill needs the prior recommendation of the president to be introduced in the Lok Sabha. But in case of Constitutional Amendment Act, we do not require the prior recommendation of the president for the introduction of the concerned bill in the House. That's the role of president. But the one thing is sure, after the passage of both the bill in the both House or the Parliament, President is bound to sign in the Constitutional Amendment Act. Regarding the role of state legislature, state legislature has no role to initiate a Constitutional Amendment Act. Its role is limited only in ratification of bill passed by both houses of the Parliament. That is, if the federal provisions of our constitution get altered, say example, we can say GST bill. GST bill alters the federal, that is the financial distribution between central and state. So these kind of bills require ratification of at least half of the states by a simple majority. That's the only role of state legislature regarding the Constitutional Amendment Act. That is, only ratification is possible by them. That is also only for the bills which alters the federal structure of our constitution. Okay, so when we now move on to the question, the amendment to the Constitution of India can be initiated by, we know that both the houses can initiate, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can initiate. So the answer is B, 1 and 2. Because state legislatures cannot initiate an amendment procedure. Also, the president also cannot initiate the amendment procedure. That's all about this answer. But I again repeat, after the passage of Constitutional Amendment Bill in both houses of the Parliament, or even in some cases after ratification of the states, president is bound to sign in the Constitutional Amendment Bill. And later on, it becomes the Act. So the answer here is option B, 1 and 2. That is, amendment can be initiated by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha only. Moving on to next question from Indian geography. Which of the following are the tributary or tributaries of Brahmaputra? So in one of our previous sessions, we discussed that we must clearly study the drainage system of our India. Mainly Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, Mahanadi, Godavari, Kaveri, so important rivers are, and also Chimbutan, tributaries and distributaries, because generally UPSC asks questions like this. So regarding Brahmaputra, tributaries are asked here, Dibang, Kameng and Lohit. So we know Brahmaputra originates from the Tibet and it enters into India at the Arunachal Pradesh, and at the head of the Assam Valley, Brahmaputra river is joined by Dibang river and Lohit river. And when it proceeds further, it is also joined by Kameng river, which is also known as Jiabarli. So in this question, the three tributaries, that is Dibang, Kameng, Lohit, are joined Brahmaputra. So here comes the answer, that is D, option 1, 2 and 3. The answer here is D, because all the tributaries mentioned here like Dibang, Kameng, Lohit are all the tributaries of the Brahmaputra river. So please take care that when you study Indian drainage system, you must perfectly clearly study all those tributaries from left, that is west to east or east to west, or from north to south or south to north. Based on this order also UPSC can ask questions, or chronological order likewise. So take care of that. Okay. Next question is from environment. Here on the left hand side, name of some biosphere reserves are given, and the right hand side, the concerned state is given. So we must match it correctly. So regarding Simlipal Biosphere Reserve, it is in the state of Odisha. That is, A should match with 4. So when A should match with 4, then the options left is B and D, because A can be eliminated and C can be eliminated. And regarding Dihang Dibang Biosphere Reserve, it is located in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. It's very popular one. So that means B should match with 3. So when B should match with 3, the option left is D. So just because of knowing the location of 2 biosphere reserve, we could easily gain 2 marks. That is the answer, that is option D. But as sort of for the revision purpose, let's move on to the remaining statements. Nokrek, that is found in Meghalaya, and Kanchanjunga, that is found in Sikkim. So as I told you in the previous sessions, when we study some important protected areas, we must clearly note down the geographical feature associated with it and the important species associated there. For example, say Bitarkaniga National Park. It is associated with saltwater crocodile. And Chambal River associated with gharial. Gir National Park, lion. Likewise, UPSC can frame questions from the match the pair. It will be helpful for us to gain 2 marks when we attend these type of questions. That's all for the day. Thank you.